Good afternoon, Mr. Commissioner. Good afternoon, Chief Pardy. My name is Bath-Shéba Den Berg, and I'm counsel representing Freedom Corp and protestors. I have a few questions for you this afternoon.
Okay.
I'd like to ask you about the February 9th plan referred to earlier today. It contemplated building a public order unit plan, is that right?
Yes. Oh, sorry. The February 9th plan that the Ottawa Police presented to us?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Was the first operation of that February 9th plan to clear Rideau, Sussex on Thursday, February the 10th at 6 a.m.?
It was going to be 4 a.m. with a possibility of being moved up to 11 p.m. on that date that they were telling us.
Okay. And was it Event Commander Patterson who wanted to deploy POUs as part of executing that plan?
Well, we didn't get into the weeds in terms of the numbers, but POU was part of the plan that they were going to execute, and an incident commander had been assigned on that plan.
Okay, thank you. And yesterday, Superintendent Abrams testified that the police liaison teams, PLTs, were not involved in the planning process. And he suspected that Event Commander Patterson did not communicate this plan to the PLTs. Is that right?
Yes, that's fair.
Were you aware that at the same time as the integrated cell planning, what you call the group, that the PLTs were negotiating a plan with some of the protesters to start moving trucks on February 10th from the Rideau-Sussex intersection?
I don't have independent recollection right now. And there's so much that was going on. It's possible, yes.
Was the February 9th plan abandoned because there were not enough POUs?
Well, what happened, myself and Phil Liu, prior to leaving Ottawa headquarters, met with Acting Superintendent Burnett. We both knew him, and Phil had worked closely with him in the years prior. We stopped by to say hello as we were leaving the building, aware that he was being assigned the task. We didn't get into the details of it, other than he told us that he had some legal concerns that he was seeking advice on, and that from there he was going to be consulting with his POU experts.
Okay.
He consulted, and at 18:20 that day, we learned that they did consult with the broader group, and they didn't find it to be tactically sound and decided to defer.
And that was on February 10th?
I learned that on February 10th, yes.
Because notwithstanding what was...
No, sorry. I learned that on February 9th that it was shut down.
Just discussed now on February 10th, we learned that the Commissioner Carrick mentioned to you that there was a lack of availability of POU resources. And also, did RCMP Sergeant Tethreau also tell you this, that there was a lack of POU resources?
Well, we knew that, POU was going to be stretched in the province at the capacity that we had.
Are you aware that the RCMP put a freeze for 72 hours from February 10th to 13th on any POU intervention?
I need to know some greater context. I'm not sure where that's from. I don't recall it, but I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Okay, thank you. Earlier today, the mission statement of the February 13th plan was put to you, and it included a reference to the utmost respect to the individual Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Is that right?
Yes.
And part of that February 13th plan to contain a main action plan. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that the mission statement provides strategic direction to operations. Is that correct? And that the objective of the main action plan was to de-escalate and negotiate a peaceful resolution and demobilization of the Ottawa truck demonstration. Is that right? On February 14th, you continued to work on developing the February 13th plan with a group of POU SMEs. Is that correct?
Correct.
The February 17th plan referred to in your testimony, officially titled Integrated Public Order Unit Concept of Operations, is also referred to as POU Tactical Plan or Action Plan, correct?
Yes, it's a sub-plan of the master plan.
Right. And the objective of that February 17th action plan was to systematically clear and take down the protests, right?
Correct.
I put it to you that the mission of the February 17th action plan was to ensure the removal of the protesters in the area of the blockades in relation to the Freedom Convoy 2022. This will be achieved by securing, isolating, and evacuating persons within the designated blockade zones to ensure the safe detention and arrests of any participants taken into custody, ensure public and police safety. You agree that there is no reference to the Charter of Rights and Freedoms in the February 17th action plan?
The mission has it. That's normally where it's contained, but what you read there, no.
Thank you. Those are all my questions, and thank you for your 36 years of service.
Thank you.